What is it? What is it? What is it? That's the slogan for this medicine. So let's find out what it is on this episode of Antique Bottle Stories. Now I'm just going to take a stab at this word here, but it says on the box, the Uyratis question is answered through literature. Send for the Uyratis booklet. Well, it seems to be a very short-running business. I saw exactly one newspaper article from 1920. It says, if you have rheumatism, neuritis, or unhealthy blood condition, don't despair because you've tried many remedies and have been disappointed. Hope lies in Uyratis, which is the result of 40 years of experiments. Uyratis absorbs the excess of uric acid, purifies the blood, and relieves pain, in most cases after only a few doses. It goes on to say, some of the cases seem almost too wonderful to believe, but the sworn testimonials of those relieved of their aches and pains are positive proof that Uyratis has done what other medicines did not do. And then there is this testimonial from a Mrs. Cecilia Beamer from this same article, and she was bedridden, and after 2 bottles, she was walking up and down stairs, and she was permanently cured. So now we have a little understanding of what this was used for, so let me point out that it also says 70% alcohol on the bottle, which is weird because after 1906, the FDA cracked down hard on those kinds of medicines, and maybe that's what happened to these guys. So let's look at what we found. On the front of the bottle and on the box is a dude named Alan A. Armstrong. In 1900, he's listed in real estate, and he wasn't listed in the directory every year. It was kind of sporadic. But in 1911, he's still in real estate. I didn't look at every single year though. Now, Alan Armstrong was born in 1857, so by 1911, he's already 54. Now, I was pretty sure that this company was only in business for 1 year. Everything I found on this company was found in 1920 and a couple pieces in 1921. Because when I checked in 1919, the company wasn't found in the directory. But here, in 1920, we see Uyratis, along with Alan Armstrong as president, George Malum is vice president, and P.W. Flicker is secretary-treasurer. And by 1921, Uyratis isn't listed, Alan Armstrong isn't listed, but here's George Malum is secretary of Forest City Produce Company, and Perry Flicker is president and treasurer of the Everett Tremaine Flicker Company. And going back to 1920, look at the address, 813 Williamson Building. In 1921, Perry Flicker is at 805 to 814 Williamson Building, so he's in the same place. So here's a patent office listing for 1921. I was thinking that that's the shortest running business I've come across yet. Then, when I thought I found everything there was to find, I found one random thing in this Department of Reports from 1916-1917, and it lists Uyratis Company. Okay, but look, there's someone else running it. Gustav Karras, F.B. Everts, Warren Easley, Perry Flicker, George Malum. Now, we've seen some of these names before. So I went back to go see if Uyratis is listed for any more years between 1916 and 1920. So for 1916 and 17, nothing. Then it shows up in 1918, and then it doesn't show up in 1919. It's so confusing. I mean, if they're supposed to be in business for these 5 to 6 years, why aren't they listed in the phone book? Just doesn't make sense. So in the 1918 listing, I can't find Armstrong. So I'm wondering, whose picture was on the package before 1920? If Armstrong is only with the company for 1 year, how did he become president when these other guys have been with the company a little longer? And how did his face become the logo when he's really only done real estate so far? So in 1918, I did find George Malum, who's in real estate, and Perry Flicker, who's with Everett Tremaine Flicker Company, and he's secretary-treasurer of Uyratis. And Gustav is a photographer. So who is running Uyratis in 1918? I'm just so confused. So what I gather from all of this is that the company was only in business for just a few years, and it had a revolving door. It doesn't look like very strong management. So we know it was advertised to purify blood, cure rheumatism, and relieves aches and pains. And it had 70% alcohol content, and I wonder what else was in it. So my bottle is a real small medicine bottle. It looks like this photo. I have part of the stopper left in there. It doesn't have a date anywhere, but it doesn't look like we really need one. It seems like this bottle would be pretty rare. It wasn't in business long and they didn't do that well, so that means they didn't really sell a lot of bottles. And that's it for this one. Pretty short and sweet. We'll see you next time, guys. Thanks for watching.